Most gardeners buy bag after bag of fertilizers, thinking they're solving nutrient deficiencies. But here's the surprising truth. The reason your raised beds or garden plots keep underperforming isn't just nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium. It's that your soil is minerally dead. After seasons of harvests, watering, and composting, trace minerals like magnesium, calcium, iron, and silicates have been slowly leached away. Your plants look okay at first, but yields stagnate, leaves yellow, roots weaken, and soil microbes struggle. Conventional fertilizers can't fix this, they only mask the problem. I discovered a simple and powerful solution after experimenting with basalt and other rock dusts. Applied correctly, these crushed mineral-rich rocks restore depleted soils almost overnight. But before we get into the how, there's a key step many gardeners overlook. Understanding your soil's current condition. That's why I always use a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter to measure moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight intensity. Without this, you're guessing, and the results are inconsistent. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. Using it ensures you know the best time to apply rock dust for maximum microbial activity and plant uptake. Why dead soil is slowing your garden down. Even when beds look healthy, soil can be depleted. Microbial life declines, fungal networks shrink, and nutrient cycling slows. Plants may survive, but they never thrive. You can keep adding compost or fertilizer, but if your soil lacks the trace minerals that microbes and plants need, the system is broken, roots grow slower, leaves yellow from subtle deficiencies, and harvests plateau. This is why rock dust works. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that target a few nutrients, finely ground basalt and volcanic rock dust supplies a spectrum of trace minerals, slowly releasing them in a way microbes can immediately use. The result is a rapid reboot of soil biology, stronger plants, and improved water and nutrient uptake. So, let me tell you how I tested rock dust in real gardens. I applied a thin layer of basalt dust to half of a raised bed, while leaving the other half untreated. I made sure to water both sides equally, and, I monitored the soil with the 4-in-1 meter. Within about a week, the treated side showed some pretty visible changes. The soil became darker and crumbly, worm activity increased, and fungal hyphae actually started spreading in the topsoil. The plants themselves developed stronger stems, deeper roots, and healthier leaves, all without adding any extra fertilizer. The key here is really application and timing. I use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of finely ground basalt per square foot in raised beds, just lightly incorporating it into the top 3 to 4 inches of soil. In container gardens, I reduce it to 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil, and for hydroponics, just a tiny fraction, about half to 1% of the nutrient solution, supplements trace minerals without affecting pH drastically. Now, why does monitoring soil conditions matter? Well, this is where the 4-in-1 meter is absolutely critical. Fungi and bacteria that process minerals, they need optimal conditions. If it's too dry, those microbes are dormant. If it's too wet, oxygen becomes limited, and pH swings can really slow mineral uptake or stress the roots. By measuring moisture, temperature, and pH before application, I know the exact conditions needed for microbes to mobilize minerals efficiently. Honestly, I've wasted entire applications on dry or overly acidic beds before realizing the soil just wasn't ready. This small tool really prevents those mistakes. Here's how rock dust really strengthens your garden ecosystem. The benefits, honestly, go way beyond just adding nutrients. Trace minerals from the dust help microbes thrive, let fungi spread, and encourage plant roots to develop faster. Silicates in basalt work to strengthen cell walls. Magnesium gives a boost to chlorophyll production. And, iron and manganese help out with all those essential enzymatic functions. The combined effect, you get soil that's truly alive, retaining moisture, resisting compaction, and supporting larger, healthier plants. In my own raised beds, after just a couple of weeks, I saw tomatoes and peppers growing thicker stems, leafy greens staying green longer, and root vegetables developing more uniform roots. I even noticed worm populations increasing, which is a direct sign of healthy microbial activity. Soil that was once pretty lifeless suddenly became self-sustaining. Let's talk about the slow-release magic of rock dust. Unlike chemical fertilizers, which feed plants right away but don't really support soil life, rock dust works gradually over time. Microbes slowly break down the minerals, releasing them in forms that plants can actually absorb. This steady flow of nutrients supports long-term growth without the spikes and crashes you get from synthetic inputs. Over the course of several months, your bed improves in structure, holds water better, and supports more microbial diversity. Now, about timing and frequency, rock dust isn't a one-time miracle, not at all. I apply it once per season when I'm prepping the beds, and sometimes again mid-season if beds have been heavily harvested or if minerals have been leached out by heavy rain. It's important to remember that over-application can make the soil gritty and even bump up alkalinity for a while, so moderation is really key. Regular, measured applications with proper monitoring are what make it effective. For the best results, I always combine rock dust with other soil practices. So I use it alongside compost, mulch, and every now and then, some worm castings. Compost brings in organic carbon, worm castings add microbial diversity, and rock dust delivers those trace minerals that microbes need to function. This synergy honestly just accelerates decomposition, improves soil structure, and strengthens roots. Even in hydroponic systems, adding small doses of finely ground rock dust with beneficial microbes can boost root growth and nutrient uptake. Containers do well too, especially in mixes that drain quickly and lose minerals faster. Now, there are some common misconceptions out there. Some folks worry that rock dust will drastically change soil pH or burn plants, but when you apply it correctly, it's safe and releases nutrients gradually. Another myth is that only specific rocks work. While basalt and volcanic rock are ideal, other mineral-rich rocks can also provide those important trace elements. The key is really in the fine grinding and correct application. I can't stress enough just how much the 4-in-1 soil moisture meter helps prevent costly mistakes. Soil conditions can fluctuate constantly in raised beds, containers, and hydroponic setups. Without monitoring, you might end up applying rock dust when microbes are inactive or roots are already stressed. Checking moisture, temperature, and pH ensures that every application really counts. And by the way, there's a link in the description, https://amzn.tu/3NHPQB. The real takeaway here is that the secret to strong, productive gardens isn't just about fertilizers, it's about restoring the soil ecosystem. Rock dust brings back trace minerals, feeds microbes, and supports long-term soil health. When you combine it with careful monitoring, it transforms dead soil into a thriving environment for roots, microbes, and fungi. So, if you're serious about reviving depleted beds, improving your yields, and growing resilient plants, this method works for raised beds, containers, and hydroponics alike. Subscribe to Farm Logic for tested real-world techniques that actually improve garden productivity. And hey, share this with a gardener you know who's struggling with stagnant soil. Once you feed the soil intelligently, everything above it just thrives. Healthy soil is truly the foundation of every great garden. When you understand it and work with it, plants always follow, and the results are both immediate and lasting.